Hi, everybody. Filter again. Humans, episode 3. Last night's episode was pretty cool. And it starts out with Fred being interrogated at the labs, and Hobbs is there. Now, what's Hobbs' game? Nobody really knows. Again, you got to ask yourself: is he there to help? Is he there to hinder? What? You're not really sure what's going on. The family with Anita. Oh boy. Whew. Um, while Laura takes Anita back to the manufacturer, Toby gives into freak out mode. Now, here's the problem with this episode. Is he in love, in lust? He winds up chasing mom down. I don't know. Is he afraid that, you know, the fact that he tried to cop a feel in the previous episode might be revealed? I don't know. Or again, does he really actually like Anita? I mean, again, I mentioned in the previous video. She's pretty much eye candy for this family, especially for the son. She Anita winds up saving Toby from getting run over by a van, you know. And the sad things that happen afterwards, well, they come about. Let's see. Leo and his synth brother, they sit and have a drink. I don't know what Leo's thing is. Is he a synth? Is he an advanced synth? Is he a cyborg? I have no idea. Uh, now, Niska. There's something very interesting about these synths. They do their version, I guess, of Facebook or MySpace or something, where they share information as they go around. As she's sitting at a mall charging herself, um, the synth next to her just says, "Why won't you share?" And she silently gets up and walks out the door. She steals some clothes, changes, and she's slowly learning the nuances of acting human. And it appears she's doing a pretty damn good job of it to a certain extent. Oh boy. Like it's Dr. Milliken and Vera. Milliken, I don't know what his thing is, but he tries to lock Vera away. Not a very good thing for the synth here, who's, again, I like to refer to as Nurse Ratchet. In one scene, though, we get back to the family. Laura is walking by herself. The dad has to do repairs on Anita. Now he's feeling totally uncomfortable seeing this lifelike tool in front of him, and he has to examine her. And at one point, Anita says, "You have to take my clothes off." And he's like totally reluctant. It's like, no, this is kind of going on the realm of adultery in his mind. Even though he knows that she's artificial, you can see he doesn't want to do this. I mean, he's very reluctant. Toby's outside. Again, he's trying to catch a glimpse, and he's listening. And I think he's getting a sense of jealousy that his dad gets to see something. And Toby, who's this kid, hormones are raging, he's be denied access to. And the dad says something very interesting. He says, "So real." Anita responds with, "I am not real." A kind of way to kind of snap him back. Because if he has any temptation, I guess this might reaffirm that, hey, she's not real. I could do something. Or, yeah, she's not real. So there's no real bond that would go in there. The other scene that pops up. I'm sorry if I'm jumping around here. Because I kind of wrote it down, the scenes, and that's basically how I'm doing. I'm just going by scene and trying to give you what I'm thinking about it. Um, the cops investigating what Niska had done. And now, with Hobbs there, they have to cover it up. Drummond is not happy about this. And he winds up pretty much assaulting a reporter who I get the funny feeling is going to play a major part later in the series. But he assaults this reporter, and he realizes that there's a real danger. Not to mention the fact that there's a synth in his house with his wife. Again, the synth in Drummond's house is this beefcake looking dude, and he's constantly alone with your wife, and you get the funny feeling he's feeling what's the word, inadequate, I get left out. I don't know really how to describe it. The words will come to me later, I guess. uh at some point the family meeting begins with the other family. I'm sorry if I forgot their names. I wrote it down somewhere, but Laura, she at this point is really having doubts about her function as wife and mother. Again, it's not helpful having hot eye candy in the house who seems to be doing a much better job at being a mother towards the kids and a housewife than she could ever possibly be. This also stems with certain things with the Maddie, and we'll get to her a little later. And they all seem, and there's a part where they're having a nice little get together. The kids with Anita, they're playing a game on a Xbox 9000. I don't know what the hell it was, but they're having fun doing their thing. And when Laura walks in, the kids suddenly go quiet. They just go dark. They just, eh, you know. The kids are laughing and joking with Anita, but suddenly when Mom comes in, they all go quiet. There might be some meaning to that too. As Niska goes out on her own, she finds herself in a bar. And again, she's really getting the humanity thing going. At one point, one of the synths with Leo at some point hands her a phone and says, here, if you need us, contact us. But she goes out to that bar. Drummond's wife, again, is there with Simon, and Simon comes in, doesn't really see them doing something, and Simon's frustration is really reaching an all-time high, because after he threw down the reporter, sorry, I forgot to mention that, after he assaults the reporter, he's suspended. His partner now has to do this shit by her lonesome. Dr. Milliken goes off with a country drive at Odie. They get into a bit of an accident, and he basically tells Odie, just go in the forest, stay out there, or else they'll take you and recycle you. Now, this part, this scene is very interesting. Anita is snooping through the house and finds a book and a picture and the name Tom. There's something up with this, but let's we'll get to that a little later. Laura feels like her life is falling apart. She thought she had the perfect life. She's got the job, she's got the kids, she's got the loving husband. But now, with the introduction of this artificial life form doing things more than what she, I guess, should be doing, it's not changed the dynamic. Now, also, there was something I forgot to mention. While Niska is in the bar, she starts reading a book called Ghost in the Machine. Or I think the chapter was entitled Ghost in the Machine, something like that. And I get the funny feeling that's going to also, that has some weird symbolic meaning towards the series. I'll have to really look that up. Every time I think of Ghost in the Machine, I think of that anime series. Okay, Anita now gets to read for Sophie. Sophie, the youngest child in the household, really likes Anita, but there's things that Anita has let come through, seep through. I guess her old persona as Mia is seeping through, and she suggests that Sophie should be read to by the mom. And again, some of this stuff that her persona has been leaking through. That's the way I see it. Now, Niska being out on a date, I should. In my next review, I'm going to be a little bit more coherent. I'm going to put things in a little bit more of a little bit more problem, but pretty much this is in the order of things are going. So, I'm sorry if this is a bit of spoilers if you haven't seen it, but hey, um, Niska out on her sort of date. She's hanging out with this guy, and as she's sifting through the kitchen, she grabs a knife. Then, as he's talking to her, it's so funny. Even actually before that, he's talking to her, and she says, "What? Don't you want to have sex and stuff?" And he's like, "No, I'd rather we like talk first, have a laugh, haha, that kind of thing." He's just a guy. He's not out like the clients she deals with. So she's learning that not all humans are reprehensible pieces of shit. What she does know is that this guy cares about his daughter. He cares about his, uh, you know, the people around him and like, and she has second thoughts and bails because apparently she was out to kill him to maybe get something and then run out there, but she changes her mind. All right. Maddie tries to hack Anita's systems. As Anita is basically saying that you can't do this, it'll ruin the warranty. She accesses something which, boom, activates the Mia persona. This puts um, Maddie into freak out mode, okay? She knows something really is wrong, and she takes the code, which she copied, and she sent it out, which in turn has now alerted Leo to her presence, that she's still around, alive, and he is determined to find her. One very weird scene is Laura questioning Anita about feeling pain. And as Anita doesn't technically feel pain, she um, does this thing with a toothpick and pokes it in her eye, which really freaks Anita out. Rather, Laura out, I'm sorry. And then Anita does something which she shouldn't have done. She asks Laura, "Who's Tom?" Her husband is kind of like in the background, um, kind of hears this. But she immediately attacks Anita. Just just immediately, just loses it. "Don't ever say that name around here ever again." And of course Anita complies. Now the episode all in all, again, I really liked, and they're just leaving a lot of things there. There are just so many clues, and I guess it's up to us to figure out where it's all gonna go. Again, Drummond and his attitude on this murder and his disgust for synths, like I guess it's like um I guess shades of Blade Runner. That's what really comes to mind. It's like shades of Blade Runner in it. He does not like them. He does not like these artificial things running around that can easily replace you at the drop of a hat. And I really honestly think that once we really, I mean, if you really watch the show, There are like a billion questions I think we'll all have if this technology ever came into fruition. I mean, we really need to ask ourselves, do we really want artificial life forms like this running around? It's just a thought, and Anita in one scene describes something, says something. He says we have to amorphize things around us, like a pet, or some people would amorphize their car. You know, you see that commercial where the State Farm, I think it's the State Farm, where the girl says, "You name your car Brad." We amorphize it. We give it a personality. We think it's alive. It's more alive than most of the people I know. You could count on it. The same thing with somebody with a dog or their cat. They show more affection towards their animal than they do some people. Like I said, all in all, the episode was pretty good. I know these little subtle clues are leading up to a crescendo, which is either going to blow our minds or make us go, "Oh, I get it." But like I said, I totally dig the episode. All right, that's my review. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Rate the video if you like, and y'all have a happy one. See ya.